Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to use Supabase to make a simple search in FlutterFlow. So this is going to be, I'm going to post a lot of things in the description, so I'm just going to get right into it, but you're going to have to use these lines in the description. So basically how we're going to do this is using an API call here in FlutterFlow. So you want to head over here to, where is it? It should be right here, API calls. And I just have mine called search here, but you can call whatever you want right here. And then the API URL, so it's going to be this. I'm going to paste this in the description. But this right here, I'm going to change the name of it. Okay, let's not do that. This sort of string right here before the .supabase is going to be this right here, this reference ID inside of project settings general inside of your project. This one right here where it says fish, this is going to be the name of the table you're searching. So I'm making a query map with fish details. So here I'm searching for fish name, and then in this right here where it says name is going to be the column you want to search. I assume it's going to be something similar for you guys, but I'm going to change those in the description. And then here in the headers, it's method get. I think that's the basic one. You're going to put authorization bearer here. I'm going to put this in the description too. And then this API key, which is right here in your Supabase, this anonpublic API key. And then you do API key this with a space like that. And then the same key as before. I'm not sure if you need both, but it doesn't really work if you use one, so just accept it with both. And then you're going to go over to variables, and you're going to name it search string, and then type string is list, false, and you have to put default, I think, is A. And then under query parameters, the same thing from variable, select variable, the one you just created. And advanced settings shouldn't be anything. So once you have all that, you're going to save it, which I've already done. You're going to head over to response, and I can look up anything like, for example, a common fish is beta fish. So you search that up, you can test. Okay, it doesn't work. That's fantastic. Why does it not work? Okay, I don't know why that didn't work with beta, but anyways, when you look up guppy or G-U-P-P, let me see if B-C-T works. Okay, I don't know what it's doing. But regardless, this should work. I don't know why it didn't work, but when you use it in the app, it works. So I don't know what this... But anyways, it should give you a bunch of stuff like this. Now you're going to have to pay attention here to some JSON values. So yeah, you can come out here and recommended. You can just put select like all of these if you want. It doesn't really matter. You just need one basically. You just need ID. So here, ID. So once this is set up and you have this API call is working, like when you search something, that's going to give you a similar, like a result of things that you would want. So you're going to add this, where is it? This ID path, and then we're going to head over to our page. So here's the page. So first of all, you need a list view of all the listings, but we're going to, actually, I'll just make a new page here to give you guys kind of an example. It's quite easy to do. Actually, I'm not doing that. Okay, yeah, I'm not doing that, sorry, because that's gonna be difficult on the back end. So you're gonna go to this search bar. First of all, you can use this icon, doesn't matter. And on this text field, you're gonna do on change action here. So here, look. What the hell? Okay, on change action, backend call. So it's here, API call. Bro, the fuck just happened? Okay, I don't know what just happened, but that's fantastic. Okay, so it's a backend call, API call, and you pick your API you just made, search. Oh my god. And then yeah, you pick the call, which is search. Variables, it's going to be your variable you set, which is search string. And then you set that equal to here, which is a text field up here. Yeah, and then it's going to give you this output variable name, which is doesn't matter. It should be the only thing on this page. And then the next one, you're going to go to the list view, and then you're going to backend query it for Supabase. Supabase is the same table. This might seem kind of complicated, but it works. It's the same table that you have the API call searching in. It's a list of rows. And filter, you set ID right here, So like the ID of the fish is contained by, and then you have to go here, action outputs here, JSON body, JSON path, and you're gonna notice none of these are gonna work. So you have to manually type this. I don't know, this is ridiculous. It took me forever to figure out you have to manually type this. But this is how you do it. You manually type this. So bracket colon bracket dot ID is contained by confirm. Or you can do name, whatever you want if you're just some sort of identifying thing in here. ID is the easiest because I think that should be in everyone's table, but if it's not, you could do contained in name. It doesn't matter. It's basically saying it's giving you a list. So when you use this Supabase thing, when I search Gup, you can see ID down here. Right here is containing all of these numbers. So it's just filtering it when one of the numbers is contained in this. So once we have that done, then you can just set this. It's just fish. It's a row. It's the same thing as the query because all of that condition, all this filtering by the search is done with the backend query. And then here you have to go conditional visibility on the list view, and this is kind of a weird one. So it's a Boolean like condition, first value. So in the API result, this JSON path is not equal to the API result, the entire JSON path. So this is basically saying the first value is not equal to all the values, because if for some reason this search, I don't know if someone has a fix for this, please let me know, but this search you cannot search just one item. So if someone is too exact, it's gonna either give an error, it says something like expected a list view returned integer, it returns an error, destroys your page. So you have to do it basically, that's why it says here, try searching a little more generally, because if you search exactly something, it's going to return 1 and it somehow gives an error. So you set this as your condition. And then here we go, we can launch up the app, and then I will, I guess, cut to when it loads. Okay, so it just loaded. So here I'm going to go, it's browse all fish, it brings you this page. So it shows nothing because the JSON body filter, the first value is equal to all the values because there's nothing. So it shows nothing, so it won't give you a null error. But then you search up, for example, Gup, and it's pretty fast. You can see it's not the same as an Algolia search, but it's pretty good, and it's free, so you don't have to use any sort of thing. You just use the API. So it's okay. Let's switch it up. Gup, sometimes it does that, but it's not 100% perfect. But from everything that I've seen, it's the best you can get. It's pretty close. I look up Gup here, it shows only guppies. And then I can look up, this wasn't working earlier, but this should work. Okay, I don't know why this doesn't work. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm gonna have to work on that, figure out why the fuck that's broken. I apologize for the cursing. But yeah, this is basically how you do it. This should work for most people. It's a little glitchy. I don't really fully understand it. I had to figure this out by going on like this weird forum post. It was really hard to understand, and a bunch of other stuff. So I hope this helps you guys, but this should help, I think, for a good amount of people. Alright, thank you guys.